Good morning and welcome to our midweek edition of our program Summit. It's good to be with you again today. My name is Jumoke. Michael, you're welcome. Banji, good to be back here.
Yeah, Jumoke, it's good to be here. What people at home do not know is that both of us have had to abandon our cars, not because the cars are not in good shape, but because the scarcity has refused to go. That's the first scarcity. This morning, somebody told me that he bought a liter of PMS for 250 naira in Lagos, and he said in other filling stations it's either 200, 220, or even higher than 250. And he bought his own for 250. President Muhammad Buhari said 2 weeks ago that heads were going to roll for the adulterated oil. Even till now, nothing has been heard about it. Whose head is going to roll? Where is it going to roll? Nigerians are waiting to know. But the first scarcity has refused to leave us. Good morning. My name is Banji Busari. This is the midweek edition of Summit. You're welcome.
All right. So this morning, just to add to what Banji has just said, we are looking holistically at the oil sector. You know, when people look at the oil sector, we all talk about the petrol. We just look at the
energy and
all that. But the business aspect of the oil sector is what so many people do not know anything, absolutely nothing about, because it's not something we talk about often. So, but this morning we'll be looking holistically at the oil sector, the business angle and all that. And we title it Politics of Global Oil Production, the Imperatives of Nigeria Quitting OPEC. I'm sure so many people do not even have an idea about what this means. But this morning we'll be educating you on this and more about the oil sector. And joining us this morning, we have someone who's well-versed and well knowledgeable about this sector. He's Mr. Femi Ogunbiyi. He's a public policy analyst. And his designation is quite long, but let me just say that he has 15 years of public service with Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, United States. A lot. Let me just leave it at that. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, Mr.
Good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Busari.
It's our pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Jumoke mentioned OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Nigeria is privileged to be one of them. OPEC, the long topic that Jumoke read, that's Politics of Global Oil Production. That's the imperatives of Nigeria quitting. That's exiting OPEC. That's this world body. Nigeria is mentioned. The politics, the global politics is mentioned. Quitting is on so many issues to actually look at. But to start with, tell us, give us a bit of background concerning. We spoke about global oil politics and then OPEC. What do you know? What's all this about?
Yeah, OPEC, as we all know it, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. This body contains 13 countries, which Nigeria is also a member. And Nigeria has been part of OPEC since 1971. And we have, it's over 40 years that we have been member of OPEC. And today, we have been going through a lot of crises, and this oil crisis continue to put Nigerians in pain. And recently, we are still going through the adulterated petroleum products that have been imported into Nigeria.
thanks for still being there. We apologize for that abrupt break, but we are right back. And we still have Mr. Femi Ogunbiyi here in the studio, and he was just trying to give an explanation about the politics of oil production and Nigeria's place in about quitting OPEC. Yeah, all right, sir, please.
Okay, as I was saying before, we have the power shortage. What happened is that, as I mentioned, Nigeria has been part of OPEC since 1971, which is over 40 years. Looking at the expression that, a lot of people usually use that says a fool at 40 is a fool for life. OPEC has not been fair to Nigeria. The quota system is not favorable to Nigeria. If you look at what we have on the screen, where we have most of the countries in the Middle East that form the OPEC, and if you look at the population of all those countries, which comes to about 172 million, I meant to say, Nigeria with a population of about 220 million, we have a lot of tasks before us. Our government, both local government, state and federal level, we have a lot of tasks before us that requires us to spend a lot of money to help our people. If you look at the situation in Nigeria today, the country is going through adulterated petroleum products, which is due to the fact because we have 4 refineries that are not functional. If you looking at the production quota that OPEC allows Nigeria, which is less than 2 million barrels per day, in comparison to what other members are producing, it is very unfair to Nigeria. Nigeria needs to get out of OPEC. Nigeria needs to boost its production so that we can get the resources, the financial resources to take care of the problem that the country is going through right now.
All right, you said something about... Sorry.
Jumoke, can we request for the data? Mr. Ogunbiyi is trying to give us the kind of... Okay, that's the data. You're talking about, you said the world body, that's OPEC, is unfair to Nigeria. That's the data you want to...
Yeah, the world body, the cartel, the OPEC cartel is, I would say, is micromanaged by Saudi Arabia. Look at the production that... The production quota that is allotted to Nigeria is less than 2 million barrels per day.
That's 1.8 million barrels per day.
And look at Iraq with a population of 39 million. Their production allocation is 4.2 million barrels per day. Kuwait, 3 million by population, 2.5 million barrels per day. UAE, 9.8 million people, 2.8 million barrels per day. Saudi Arabia, 35 million people, 9.8 million barrels per day. Iran, 86 million, and they can lift up to 2.3 million barrels per day. Look at Nigeria. Nigeria with 220 million people, 1.8 million barrels per day. It's unfair. Our population is going to increase. By world population statistics, we will be the 3rd most populous country by 2050. We have a dire situation.
So is this what you call the politics of global oil production? That it stands against logic. That a country with the highest population has the least allocation in terms of the quota.
Yes.
So can you take us through some of the things that the viewers may not be aware of? What could have actually informed these decisions? One expects that Nigeria should have like
the highest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way they did the allocation, they look at the reserve that each country has. Nigeria estimated reserve is 37 billion, while Saudi Arabia has a reserve of over 200 billion.
Okay.
So they look at the allocation of quota with the fact that, you know, if you have 200 billion in reserve, you should produce more. You should have the highest quota. And another thing that affects the politics of oil is that when the price of oil goes high, United States will just pick up the phone and call Saudi Arabia that, hey, the price is going too high. Can you pump more oil? They don't call Nigeria to pump more oil. They call Saudi Arabia to pump more oil because the cartel is micromanaged by Saudi Arabia. So, but Nigeria have to take the bull by the horn. Nigeria needs to get out of OPEC. Nigeria needs to make its own choice. Nigeria needs to decide its own production level. If we can get out of OPEC today, we are not likely to reach 5 million barrels by the next 6 months. But gradually,
in terms of exploration,
yes. But gradually, Nigeria can start increasing its oil output, and we can determine to reach the level of 4 million to 5 million barrels within the next 18 months, because we need time to...
But does Nigeria have the capacity to call the bluff of OPEC? And then if we do all this, if we get out of OPEC, how is it actually going to help our economy, seeing that the way things are is not good at all, you know?
Yeah,
we are said to be poverty capital of the world.
Yeah, that should not be. Nigeria can get out of OPEC without, because there is no string attached. There have been cases of countries that left OPEC, countries that used to be members of OPEC. I will mention Qatar. Qatar used to be part of OPEC. They left in 2018. Ecuador used to be part of OPEC. They left in 2020. So if Nigeria steps out and inform OPEC and the rest of the world that we are exiting OPEC, the impact of that on the commodity market will only be for a week or two. Because look at this analogy. If you are a farmer, you are producing your own yam, another guy is another farmer somewhere producing his own yam, farming. Now, if one farmer cannot tell the other farmer that, you know, don't sell more than 1,000 tubers of yam. So you can go to the market and sell, you know, at your own quantity. I mean, at your own at your own quantity. So Nigeria can get out of OPEC and make 4 to 5 billion barrels per day, and all this will still be sold at the same price that OPEC is selling, because the quality of Nigeria, mostly the burning light crude, is what the refineries in the United States want all the time.
Jumake asked the question, how is this going to impact on the economy?
Okay. If Nigeria is producing at 4 million to 5 million barrels per day, we will be making close to $100 billion in a year.
But our refineries are not working. You say that they are not working, or they are the ones that are working. Or which one is working?
We have 4 refineries.
Yeah,
I'm even talking about the exploration. Do we have the expertise, the infrastructure, the facility, personnel, to actually produce the 5 million barrels per day that you are projecting? Because I remember at the time it will got so low that we're producing 900,000 barrels per day. So this is probably the highest we have ever got.
Yeah.
So you are projecting something that may sound unrealistic.
As of December record, we are producing about 1.5 million barrels per day. The technology to increase our level of production is there. We can purchase it. We can train our people in the field of chemical engineering, petroleum engineering to increase our capacity. What will happen is that, like I said, we will not get to 4 million, 5 million barrels
Overnight.
But over time, between 12 months to 18 months, we should be at that level. And if we can get to that level, I know Ms. Michael has mentioned about us being addressed as the poverty capital of the world. That is very true, because we go back in hand trying to borrow money from World Bank, from IMF, from imperialist China. We have to put a stop to this, because Nigeria, if we can get out of OPEC and sell 5 million barrels a day, which is achievable, we will never have to borrow from any country. We will never have to borrow from the World Bank. I've heard stories that in the 70s, World Bank used to loan money from Nigeria. We can go back to those good days. If our leaders can be bold enough and take the right step, get Nigeria out of OPEC, increase our production capability, where this country can make $100 billion in a year, a lot of problems we will go ahead to solve. We will fix all the four refineries. We will take care of insecurity that is being the menace of this country for the past 2 years or so.
No, 12 years.
12 years. 12 years we cannot take care of what is going on in the northeast. It has spread to central north. It has gone into the part of the western, northwest part of Nigeria, now spreading downward to the southwest and east.
You just spoke about refineries. Our inability to fix the refineries over time, or for decades now, has it got anything to do with the lack of resources to do it, or the political will to do it? Because even when we make all these monies that you have spoken about, have we talked about the leakages, the several leakages within the system? Because many people will refer to Nigeria as one of the luckiest countries in the world, with the huge resources, material and human and non-human resources, natural resources that we have. Now, when we make this huge windfall, do we have the capacity to invest rightly as you have just projected?
Okay, I will take the question from the inability of us to have any of the 4 refineries running. That is sabotage, and that is collusion. That is where the problem comes from. Nigeria have to come up with fighting the saboteurs in our midst, people that are working to the detriment of our national interest. So if Nigeria can come up with the money, either from selling more oil, they need to fix all those 4 refineries. They need to build up enough security that the saboteurs cannot jeopardize the progress that the government is making towards bringing the refineries back. Now, if you mentioned the windfall. If Nigeria can go ahead and get out of OPEC, and we can make $100 billion in a year, they have to put up fiscal measures so that we can know where all this money is going into. Arrangements should be made to the extent that we have about 774 local governments in this country. And if we make enough money, it is Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House in the United States, that mentioned that all politics is local. For Nigeria to move on, we are in a situation where people are dying, a lot of people are bleeding, the country is in arching. If we can make that kind of money and put up the physical measures to make sure that we don't squander or waste that kind of windfall, each local government, each of these 774 local government can get $1 million every month. That is how we can impact on the people at the lower cadre of the society.
But if you look at this, because you have enumerated so many benefits of Nigeria quitting OPEC on our economy, but do you think is a well thought through decision by our leaders? Do you see it actually impacting us positively, like you have said? A whole local government getting $1 million every month. That means that the lives of all Nigerians is, you know, but you see it as a well thought through decision that they can handle, they can make it work.
Jumoke, to add to what you have said, I am wondering if this is coming 2022. How come nobody has ever thought that we needed to quit OPEC for us to boost our capacity and then enrich, make Nigerians live better quality life?
Yeah, you know, when you have leaders that are focused on national interest, when you have leaders that are not building their argument based on personal interest or sectional interest, so we need capable leaders that have national interest at heart. Now, if you go to, I will not mention anything like a United States or Canada. Look at the case of Singapore, Malaysia, or Dubai. You know, we all know that probably about the time that we got our independence, probably we have the same level of development, and these countries.
They were also third world countries.
Yeah, they are not richer than Nigeria at that time. Singapore, United Arab Emirates, Malaysia. Now, then you look at the case of Nigeria, that what happened to us? Where did we miss the bus? Now, it's, we attribute some of our problems to mismanagement and so on. But we cannot lose hope on Nigeria. I believe Nigeria is fixable, but we all have to do it together. Our leaders have to be bold enough to take decisions that will impact the people. When I mean the people, I'm not talking about the middle class people. Decisions that will impact those people that the government plays on, what's the minimum wage? 30,000 per month. So if they can go to the rest of the world and let the rest of the world know that Nigeria does not have anything to do with OPEC anymore, and they get out of OPEC, and we determine that for the next 5 years we're going to produce 4 to 5 million barrels per day. Nigeria will make that money to fix most of our problem. And I mentioned that from that kind of windfall, we can give each of these 774 local governments 1 million every month. Now, if we are doing that, all you got to do is, have a pamphlet that is not more than 3 to 5 pages. Let the people know what is going to their local government. Let the local government outline. This is the project we are going to do. This is the money we are going to spend. This is the money we are allocated from the federal government. So let that pamphlet go around in each local government. Each local government will have their own pamphlet. So everybody can know what they are doing at every time.
So that citizens can also monitor
exactly.
and track the revenue.
Exactly. Because a lot of people will say, oh, we don't trust the EFCC. They are not doing their job. Some of these local government, the external auditors, internal auditors, they're covering up fraud. Okay, let the people be able to walk to the local government.
Yeah,
this is the pamphlet for January. You look at it. Oh, they said they spent 100 million naira on a road. So go to the road. Go to the place.
But you are aware federal government, you recall that at a time federal government was publishing the allocation to each local government monthly.
Yeah.
But do we have the culture of tracking, monitor, or holding people in authority accountable for what they get from the monthly allocations?
Yeah. If they are not doing it anymore, they need to bring that back. They need to add this idea that I just mentioned, where people from the local government, they can walk into the office. Give me the pamphlet for March. So they look at the pamphlet for March. Oh, nothing is going on. Then let the people call the EFCC by themselves. If 100 people in a local government, they are calling the numbers of EFCC. That they said they spent 20 million here. We didn't see anything.
All right. Can we have that data again? That's the comparison between Nigeria and other OPEC countries. Now, we've spoken so much on the advantages to Nigeria. What about the issue of glut? If every country produces at its peak, that's maximally, the best it can, do you not think this will lead to glut, global oil glut, and the prices that are favorable now can crash?
Yeah, I mentioned that in the last 3 years, 2 different countries, they used to be member of OPEC and they got out. If Nigeria gets out of OPEC, the news, it will be in the news maybe for 2 weeks. It will affect the market. Right now, today, I think, as of yesterday, the Brent was just $1 from $100, $99, and WTI, West Texas Intermediate, around $94. So Nigeria, the burning light crude that Nigeria sells should be between 94 and 97. So,
and you think that will not crash if the world, everybody supplies at the maximum they can do?
No, those who are in OPEC will remain in OPEC if Nigeria gets out. They will still be under their quota system. It is Nigeria that does not need
Nigeria,
or have to be under that quota system. Nigeria needs to get out of the quota system. Nigeria needs to produce as much as it can produce. Nigeria needs money to fix our infrastructure. Nigeria needs money to fix the roads. Nigeria needs money to complete projects. Nigeria needs money to help its youth. Nigeria needs money to get our farmers into 100% mechanization within the next 5 to 10 years.
We also need money to settle debts.
Yes, Nigeria holds a lot of money lenders. So we have to pay back our debt. We have to increase our foreign reserve. If we increase our foreign reserve, the exchange rate will fall down.
Okay. All right, sorry, I did want to ask, this issue of quitting OPEC, do you think it should be something that should be done gradually? Just, if there's anything like that, gradually edge your way out, saying that we still import the highest volume of consumption. Is this something that should be done gradually, or we should just pull out?
If you that kind of marriage that Nigeria has with OPEC, it cannot be done gradually. It has to be a one-time decision. Nigeria just have to pull out outright.
Maybe I should add that are there not going to be challenges apart from sanctions and whatever? Would there not be challenges that will attend to this abrupt quitting?
I mean, we have the right to be a member and of the.
So you are not saying any challenges?
There will not be any challenge or any sanction. Who's going to sanction us? Who's going to sanction us? United States will not sanction us because of that. They will be happy because of that. So it's not like we are trying to invade another country. It's not a war. So most of the time sanctions comes from, they are trying to develop nuclear weapon. They are trying to invade another country.
Okay, permit me to ask. You said Nigeria, as we speak, has about 37 billion reserves, compared with Saudi Arabia that has over 200 billion reserves. Now, if we go at the rate that you are projecting, do you not think that in the nearest future, Nigeria's oil reserve will become history?
Well, I will say this: if we go to 4 to 5 million barrels per day, I'm recommending that because the country is terrible. Recently, the former governor of Central Bank, Alhaji Sanusi, he mentioned that whoever becomes the next president of Nigeria will have a lot to tackle. Professor Tomori mentioned about a month ago that Nigeria is borrowing to pay salaries. So if we are in a terrible situation where this country is bleeding, this country is going through hardship and pains. And if we look at our reserve, which is about 37 billion, so if we go by producing 4 million to 5 million barrels a day, in the next 5 years, probably we will have depleted 7 billion of that reserve. Okay. So we will have 30 billion left. Now, do we think we can depend on oil forever? I don't think so. Because if you look at the geographical location of Nigeria, we are sitting on the Atlantic Ocean, and if we look at it that we are going to depend on oil for life, what about if a tsunami happens along that Atlantic area that we are sitting on? A tsunami would just lock up the whole oil. We will not have access.
You want us to have the map of the world to see this thing, the picture you are trying to.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, so here is Nigeria. You are talking of tsunami, possible tsunamis. So what are you suggesting?
Okay. I can't approve. Okay. If we look at the map of Nigeria there, as we are sitting on the Atlantic Ocean and look straight across to the Far East.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Straight across to the Far East, go towards China.
Okay.
No, the other way.
Okay, you want to talk about China. Okay.
No,
can we have the other? Can we have the other one?
Okay. Okay, that's good. Now look at where we have the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean. Now, if you look at those countries around Indonesia, you will find out that Philippines, Indonesia, those countries above the equator, right where Nigeria is sitting above the equator, that area witnessed a tsunami some years ago. Now, Nigeria is sitting right on that line, and it goes across like that. If from record, we have no history of tsunami in that area for the past 1,000 years. That's the record. But you cannot rule it out, because on another world map, there's a dot there that seismic occurrence can happen there. So if you look at the dot, it goes from somewhere between Nigeria and Togo, and that dot, if there is a seismic occurrence, it can get to our oil wells. It can get there, because you have to look at it, looking at 1,000 miles from the dot, and Nigeria is sitting right there. So I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not praying for it. But our leaders should look at it that if a tsunami happens there, that 37 billion reserve is gone.
So we may not have oil forever.
Yes.
That's the point that you just
that's
made.
my point.
So we should start thinking of non-oil revenues.
Yes.
That we should be diversifying into other areas of the economy.
Exactly.
For us to continue to live in prosperity. Is that what you're
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And today, since we can still tap it, let us tap as much as we can tap. And make that money, fix Nigeria. Nigeria is fixable. So I will look straight at the camera today.
Good.
And I'm appealing to the federal government of Nigeria, to the president of Nigeria, President Buhari, Vice President Oshibajo, the contestants of our next election,
Presidential aspirant.
all the presidential aspirants from Asiwaju, Tinubu, Vice President Atiku,
Former Vice President.
former Vice President Atiku, former President of the Senate, Mr. Pius Anyim, and all others contesting for the post of the president for next year. Please get Nigeria out of OPEC and let us fix this country together.
Wow.
That's all the people thought-provoking that even beyond Buhari, those that are
coming
should start thinking of quitting OPEC.
We
should do us good. It's in the national interest.
Yes, it will be in the interest of the poor people of Nigeria, because we cannot let this country go down in drain.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
You have given us a lot. Even we have a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Not to talk of the people who are aspiring to be our leaders. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Ogunbiyi. He's a public policy analyst with 15 years of public service with Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, United States.